joining us on Living Up, Making Life Juicy. My name is Ingrid Guthrie, and my guest today is Shonette Dixon Perea.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you, Shonette. Thanks for coming.
Welcome.
Yeah, took a couple weeks, but we did it.
Yeah.
Glad you're okay.
Yes.
So, Shonette, you run and are getting ready to run another one, Serenity.
Serenity in Recovery Incorporated.
And what exactly do you do there?
Serenity in Recovery Incorporated is a female sober living transitional housing program for women that are suffering from substance use disorder, mental illness, homelessness, and mental breakdown. Okay.
I didn't realize it covered, I thought it was for drugs and alcohol, but it covers a lot more than that. That's wonderful.
Yes.
And where is that located?
That is located in Chester, PA, in Delaware County.
Good. So I'll run the names underneath here, you know, and the location, you know, not the specific address, but so, and you're getting ready to open up. Wait, how long have you had the first one?
I just opened up May of 2019. Spring of 19.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yes.
And what led you to get into because that's a heavy business.
It's a very heavy business, and it is very challenging, however very rewarding. My reason for opening up this program is because I actually lost my mother due to an OxyContin overdose in 2006.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Ever since then, my drive was to try to help women and men that are suffering from drug and alcohol.
Good.
And with that comes mental illness. Most of the time, you find people that are dual diagnosed.
And so they have the drug and, I get it.
The primary diagnosis is the drug and alcohol.
Okay.
The secondary diagnosis is some type of mental illness, because most times they are self-medicating, and they self-medicate the wrong way, and they use street drugs or prescription drugs, and they abuse them.
Right. So a lot of times they're treating this kind of pain rather than a physical pain. Is that what you're...
Absolutely.
Right. It's so deep. I'm so sorry about your mom. I'm so sorry. But I'm glad you're like making it noble.
Yes. Yes. Instead of allowing myself to get overtaken by her loss, I wanted to put it to good use and make sure that I help other people that are in the same position.
Right. You're like an angel. So how many beds does your the Serenity have?
I can hold up to 6 women.
Okay.
And so we are a 6-bed facility. And again, we service women that they can be coming out of prison, they could be coming out of a homeless shelter, they could be coming out of another like rehab or institution. The criteria is that they just want to get clean and stay clean.
And then how long is the stay there?
The program ranges from 3 months to 2 years. So the 3-month or 24-month program.
Good. Good. And do most of them stay? And do you have so you must have people who come in like therapists and you know, some kind of medical something. I don't know, how do you...
Well, actually, I do have people that come in and speak on a monthly basis.
Oh, that's good.
However, I also have a bachelor's in psychology with the undertones of human services. So therefore, I can also service them on a counseling level as well.
That's excellent.
Yes.
Wow, you're good. You're really good. So you are also starting a men's facility, because this one in Chester is for women.
Exactly.
Women. And then you're starting the men's soon.
Yes, I actually have the men's facility. There's some bureaucratic things that I have to wrap up, but I have it, and it is also in the city of Chester. In Delaware County. It's actually right next door to the women's facility.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, wow. All right. Wow. So, and then how many men is it? How many beds will you have for the men?
Same amount of beds, 6.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and then what do you do for funding?
Funding is
Let's talk about funding.
very sticky thing because, see, I don't get any funding from any particular person. I get people that donate, like Mr. Larry Arata, he donated some money. A friend of his donated money. Other than that, most of the individuals are self-pay, or they're on some type of Social Security or disability, and they pay that way. If they're coming from a state institution, meaning a state correctional institution, then the state correctional institution, they have the Bureau of Community Corrections, and they will pay for certain individuals that are coming out of a state prison, but only for a short period of time. They have a cap.
So that there is funding available for people who...
Certain, like, pockets.
Yeah.
But we are funding challenged.
So, basically, if you feel the need, you know, or the desire to donate, please do. It's certainly a noble cause.
Yes.
And, so, what are the age... This is interesting, too. I'm wondering, what are the age... brackets that you have? I'm sure you don't have any
that I have now or
limit to age, you know.
Well, as long as you're 18,
you
can go from 18 on up. For legal purposes, you have to be at least 18 to come into the facility, which you're considered a legal adult. I've had people 64. And then I've had people as young as 19.
Good. You are doing such good for the community. That's really beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Wow. Where do you see yourself? Because you just started this.
I just started it. I actually, pre-started in 2013. I started gathering my paperwork from the Department of State. I started networking, speaking to different people, finding out what needs to be done, you know, organization stuff. I met with a lot of politicians in Delaware County just to get an idea and a feel of what I need to do. Then, you know, I kind of put it on the back burner. Life came into play. I was doing life stuff, you know, working, taking care of my children, and I put it on the back burner, but I always knew that I was going to revisit it. I just didn't know when. And in 2018, it just was like something said, it's time. It is time.
Nice.
It's time for you to get on board because there's people out there that need your help.
Yes, there certainly are.
And because I'm a very spiritual person, you know, I of course took that in a spiritual manner. So I said, okay, in November of 2018, I quit my job.
Wow.
I walked away from the job.
What were you doing at the time?
I was working.
If you don't mind me asking.
Actually, I was doing phlebotomy because I'm also a certified phlebotomist.
What is that? Just to clarify.
Phlebotomy is like, you know, when you go to the doctors and you get your blood work done and, you know, your CBCs and things like that. They are the people that draw your blood.
Great. Okay.
You know, so I was doing mobile phlebotomy.
Okay.
So I was actually going to different institutions. Most of the time they were like long-term care facilities, like nursing homes, assisted living, and I was drawing blood of elderly people.
Okay.
Which is kind of challenging because you run into a lot of demented people.
Oh, okay.
They don't understand. Here's this person. They're standing over me 5 in the morning. They got a needle in their hand. They're trying to draw my blood. What's going on?
No.
You know.
Yeah.
So you know, I mean, by me knowing how to deal with people, I try to make it as easy and as calming as possible.
Hence the name Serenity for your facility.
Exactly, exactly. So I just walked away from the job. And it was just time for me to really get on board and start working on this. And once I walked away from the job, I contacted the state prisons. I found out what I needed to do in order to gain entry to the state prisons, because they were my captive audience. Because I wanted to deal with people that were coming out of state prisons and coming out of rehabilitation facilities. You know, so
Excellent.
I gained entry to I got clearances to all the state prisons in PA.
So huge. You had a whole lot of back work behind this to make this all happen. Wow.
Yeah. And believe it or not, I did it all by myself. I didn't have an assistant. I didn't have anybody, a cheering squad.
Yeah.
You know, I just knew what I needed to do, and I was just putting the pieces together to do it. So the biggest thing about doing this kind of work is you have to network. You have to get your name out there. You gotta go to places. You gotta speak. You gotta tell them about yourself. You gotta tell them what you're doing and what makes you and what you're doing different from anybody else. Why should I come to your program versus Jane Doe's program?
And tell me that. We want to know that.
The reason why I feel
besides the fact that you're charming and beautiful and obviously intelligent.
Thank you.
Certainly capable.
Thank you. Thank you. The reason why I feel as though my program is, I'm not going to use the word better than anybody else's, because I think anybody that's servicing people in this field is doing an extraordinary job. But the reason why I feel as though my program is a little bit unique and different, I have different methods of trying to help the people. I incorporated recovery yoga. I incorporated weekly assignments, you know, recovery-based assignments.
Nice.
We do service work. We go out into the community. We feed the homeless. We give back. We don't just, it's not just about me. It's about giving back. And I'm talking, when I say my participants, the people that are residing in the program, they understand that part of them coming in the program is they have to give back. Because if you don't service other people, then you can't let them know what you're doing and what you're about.
Right.
So I have a house manager who is also a resident. And she's only been with me a very short period of time. And I had a turnover since May until now. You know, and I got a whole group of new people. But this girl only has been with me since August.
Okay.
And when she came in, you know, she had a chip on her shoulder because, I mean, she walked away from a life of drug use. And that's hard. You know, and she also has a terminal illness.
Oh, boy.
But she has blossomed in the last, 2 months, to the point where I appointed her my house manager. And she does an exceptional job.
Nice.
An exceptional job. You know, I mean, they have it in them. It's just been compiled with drugs and, you know, mental illness. And you gotta get deep down and get them to express themselves and get them to show who they really are. And I have a way of doing that with my clients, with my participants. So that's what makes me different.
I love it.
That's
and nobody else has Shonette.
Along with this hair right here.
I love it. I love it. You bold. Well, Shonette, thank you so much. Oh, how about these pies? There's my curveball.
The fundraisers we are doing through the holiday months and things of that nature up until January. We're doing a variety of different pies we're selling. And I'm also an expert baker.
I saw the pictures.
I make them myself. I make pumpkin. I make sweet potato. I make apple. I make cherry. Those are the 4 that I make. Okay. All homemade, all organic products.
You know I want some.
And we're selling them to help raise money for our Christmas extravaganza.
So fun. All right, I'll put my order in.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Well, Shonette, thank you so much for joining me today.
You're quite welcome. You're quite welcome. Anytime. I would love to come back.
Great.
I have to bring your pie anyway.
There you go. And then I'll come to you sometime too. So
Yes, yes. And
happening.
then you can meet the participants, see how the program runs, talk to them if you want to. They'll be very, very excited.
Oh, good. Oh, good. All right. Well, thank you again.
You're welcome.
Yes. And this is Living It Up, Making Life Juicy.
Thank you guys. Have a good day.
Bye.